A lawn care company is one of the simplest ways to start making serious money. I built a six-figure lawn care company without ever having to touch a lawnmower. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can do the exact same. The common misconception is that you need equipment, employees, or years of experience to get this kind of business started. There's a way to set this up so you only focus on getting customers while someone else does the work. By the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to start a lawn care company from scratch, get your first paying client, and scale to over $10,000 a month. I'll break down how to find customers, partner with service providers, and automate the entire process so you can focus on growing the business rather than mowing the lawns. This is the exact method I used to grow my business from $0 to six figures, and you don't need any previous experience to do so. First, let's run through the potential that this kind of business has. Running some simple math here, on average, it costs around $60 for someone to get their lawn cut. One single crew can cut 10 lawns a day, so that's $600 in daily revenue. Assuming they can only work 5 days a week, that's around $12,000 for the month if you can fill up someone's schedule. I think this monthly goal is achievable within the first 90 days of you operating this business, just like I did and just like many of my other clients have too. Let's run you through how the business actually works. So the first step is to create your brand. You just want to create a company name, a simple online presence. Then you want to partner up with other service providers so that they can get the work done for you. Once you're partnered up, start acquiring some customers, sign them up, sell them on the service, and you pocket the difference between what the client pays you and what you pay the other company. So you're charging the client more than what you're paying in labor. That's how every business works, and that's how this model works too. There are so many reasons why this business model works, but let me run you through some of the basics. First off, it's high demand. We're offering in-person services, lawn care services. People need these services. They're not able to tend their lawn themselves. They're either rich and don't have enough time, or they're seniors and they're not physically capable of actually doing the work themselves, but it needs to get done. There's zero startup costs for this kind of business, so it's literally no risk to you. You have no reason and no excuses to not give this business a try. If you don't have money, then you have time. And if you have time, you might as well give this a shot, because the odds you succeed are so high that I promise you, if you try this, you will not regret it. The competition is very low. The reason being is because everyone wants to start some kind of online service. They want to do marketing, they want to do AI agency. This is in-person services, but you're still running it remote. And because people don't know that you can do that, the competition is so low. So it's another reason to just why you gotta get into this business and why it works so well. And the last but not least is reoccurring revenue. Lawn care is reoccurring. You sign people up on subscription plans for anywhere from 6 to 10 months of the year, sometimes 12, depending where you're from. And so it's reoccurring revenue every single month, and people come back year after year after year. So eventually it just turns into passive income because you're servicing your clients on autopilot, charging them on autopilot, and you don't have to worry about a thing. Now I'll break it down step by step exactly how to start this business in case it's something you want to get into. The first step is setting up your branding. So with this, you want to choose a company name. Once you choose your name, you want to make sure the domain is available. So yourcompanyname.com, .ca, .co.uk, whatever it may be. After that, you want to set up a Gmail and also make sure that it's available too. So we just use Gmail for the email, yourcompanyname@gmail.com. It's nice if it's available. If it's not, no worries. You can add variations or numbers. This isn't super important. Lastly, you want to create a company logo, and to do so, you can use Fiverr or Canva and do it yourself. So there's a free method, there's a paid method. You can just use a text logo. There's so many ways. Just look up free logo generator, or you can use ChatGPT. It doesn't matter. Just create your logo, make it quick, make it easy, and then we can move on to step 2, which is going to be outsourcing, or finding that other company who's gonna do the work for you. First, you wanna find these other companies who are willing to work with you. I like to find them on places like Facebook Marketplace and local groups, because those are small operators, very hungry, looking for contracts, looking for work, and willing to offer you competitive rates. That's the key. Find someone who's willing to do it for cheap, that does a good job. You wanna get pricing charts from them and just request, hey, how much are you charging for these services? You wanna be open and honest that you're gonna be outsourcing to them, right? You're gonna be a middleman in a way, subcontracting the work out. And so you just want to figure out what their prices are to see if they're competitive enough to go with them. Find the cheapest but reliable option so that you're maximizing profits while also keeping service quality. The script I'd use is something like, hey, I have a lawn care company, or I'm starting a lawn care company, and I'm looking for some people to handle some of our overflow or to service some of our clients for us. Would you be interested in this? And if they are, you just get their rates. And like I said, get everyone's rates. Find the cheapest, go with them. And once you find someone you like to work with, whether that's 1 people, 3 people, it doesn't matter. The more the merrier. It's nice to have backups in a situation where you're in a pinch and you can't get a client serviced. Once you pick whoever it is you're gonna lock in, in, you can actually go to the link in the description below. I have an outsourcer contract agreement. You can get them to sign it just to lock them in, avoids liability, and a few other things. And that download link is in the description below in case it's something you want to check out. Now you have your company, you know what you're doing, you know what you're charging. Next step is to generate some leads. Now there's two ways to go about this. There's free methods and there's paid strategies. For the free methods, I recommend you go door to door. It's super high converting. Yes, it takes time, but you either have to put time in or money in to generate leads for your business. There's no other way around that. It's either time or money. So go door to door, knock on people, try to sell them on lawn care services. You can hop in other Facebook groups and try to get people who are interested in your services. The same way you found your service provider is the same way you could find your first client as well. Post on Facebook Marketplace, post on Facebook groups, or you can cold call a homeowners list. Just look up some kind of homeowners list, it's kind of yellow books type style thing, and just start calling people and asking if they're interested. In case you want to stay and do this from home, completely fine. Lastly, you can put flyers out door to door. I know it costs a bit of money, but you can just print off flyers with normal printer paper, so it shouldn't cost any money if you already have the access to that. You can post these flyers on community boards, on gym boards, any other little place, near the mailboxes, whatever it may be, and that can work to help get your first few leads in as well. These free methods aren't super scalable. I highly recommend you go over to the paid strategies the moment you have some capital, and you can scale these out if you build a door-to-door team or some kind of other outreaching team. But that's trickier. I recommend once you have money, just switch over to paid. You can do Google local service ads, which is basically guaranteeing you success. You can do Facebook, you could do Nextdoor or Yelp or Bark sponsored posts. You can pay a flyer delivery service to go and deliver flyers on your behalf, or you can just run simple Google paid search ad campaigns. Now, if you don't know what any of these are, you can just look them up, look a tutorial up. I have tutorials on my YouTube channel about how to set up ads for this business, so you can check that out if you want. Otherwise, just do whatever you're most comfortable with. Every single one of these work. Some of them take time, some of them take money. It's up to you on how much time or how much money you're willing and ready to invest in this. But I promise you, any of these work. You just have to do it right, and it's not hard to do right because these services are in such high demand. When you just go out and say, hey, you want your lawn mowed? People are just gonna say yes because it's a thing that's in such a high demand. So now we wanna talk about closing deals and scaling this business. Starting from the bottom is the quote. So leads are gonna reach out to you either by email or phone call, and they're gonna say, hey, I want XYZ service, could you give me a quote? You wanna take the pricing chart of whatever your favorite outsourcer was, or whoever it was that was charging the cheapest, or whoever it is you're using. You wanna double that price and send it off to the client. So typically you can find outsourcers who are gonna service a client for $30 and then you can charge them $60. In the beginning, you can negotiate these prices down with the client. So if someone says, oh no, your service is too expensive, you know you have $30 of wiggle room, and a closed deal is better than no deal at all. Now, I wouldn't do this long term as you grow and scale, but in the beginning, just to get your reps in, you can negotiate the price down with the client a little bit. When negotiating, you never want to give something for nothing, and so you need something from them in return. So I'd always say, if you're dropping the price down, make sure they're signing up either for a bi-weekly or weekly service, and say, you know, if you lock in for bi-weekly for the season, I got no problem, I'll drop this price for you, no worries at all. Now, if that's something you're doing, don't worry about signing them on for a year-round contract or anything like that. Just do a handshake deal for the clients. Casual, people like it a lot better that way. Now, once a client approves a quote, you want to schedule them in. So you can use something like Google Calendar and ask your outsourcer, hey, what day are you going to service this client every week? And they say, we're in the area on Wednesdays. So every 2 weeks on Wednesday, you add to your Google Calendar the client's name and the address that they're getting serviced. At the same time, you set up reoccurring billing for that client. So you can use something like QuickBooks or Stripe or Xero or any other payment processing platform and basically set it up on a subscription plan so that that client is automatically getting an invoice sent out to them every 2 weeks. Now, you don't need to collect payment through credit cards. You can do it through offline payment methods like e-transfer, bank transfer, Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, things like that as well. And so the invoice you're sending out automatically, they don't have to pay with card, they can transfer you the money. It's basically just a reminder though, so you can see all the invoices that are being sent out. You never have to worry about it. As long as they're transferring you the money, everything's good. And basically it's a way to set this all up on autopilot so you never have to worry about a thing. And your service provider goes and services the client, and then they automatically get their invoice. Maybe they do pay it by card, maybe they transfer you money, doesn't matter what. Everything's basically happening on autopilot. So after your first, second, or third time you're contacting the client, that's basically the last you hear from them, and they're just generating you money on autopilot in the background while you're sitting back, relaxing, chilling on the couch, going on vacation, because you don't have to worry about a thing. With the profit you're making from your first 1, 2, 3 clients, you're gonna save that up and you're gonna reinvest it into more marketing, because in the beginning, it's all about scaling and scaling fast. So reinvest all your profits into more marketing, whether it's paid ads, door-to-door, flyers, whatever it may be, whatever worked for you, whatever you're interested in, put the money there, grow faster, and eventually you'll start making 10K a month in no time. So scale this from one single weekly client to 50 weekly clients, and you'll be making $600 a day in no time. In order to get here though, you do need a consistent flow of leads coming in. Check out the video on screen where you can copy my lead gen strategy so that you too can be making over $50,000 a month in revenue with this business model.